Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today Fantasy Flight released a few more spoilers for Legacies, the next core set for Star Wars Destiny. These were spoiled by the Jedi Trials. There'll be a link in the description to where you can check that out. First card up here is Mother Talzin, Nightsister Matriarch. 9 health, 9 or 12 points if you want to run a single die or run her at Elite. So, at least for the normal die, single die version, it's a 1-to-1 ratio for points to health, which is pretty good. So let's take a look at her sides. 1 range damage, 2 range damage, focus, discard resource blank, and an ability. After you activate this character, you may reveal the top card of a player's deck. If its cost is an odd number, turn one of that player's dice to any side. So you roll her out, reveal the top card of the deck, be like, okay, it's 1, that's an odd number, I'm going to flip that character die to a blank. I really like this ability, especially in Blue Villain, because there's a lot of upgrades that will do more stuff with blanks. So, Force Lightning, once you resolve the special, you can remove a die showing a blank to re-roll the die. The Grand Inquisitor Saber and the Grand Inquisitor both do stuff that requires blanks. So the Grand Inquisitor, for example, has a special that says remove a die, character die showing a blank, and then deal 2 damage to that character, while the Lightsaber lets you actually turn dice to blanks. So you can also maybe run anger with this. So if you manipulate one of their dice and then use her ability to flip another die, you would have 2 blanks, and then you would be able to resolve one of their dice with anger. Low points, which is really good. So we have 9, 12, fits into a lot of different decks. I would even consider running her alongside like Aura Singh, because Aura Singh is 18 points for Elite, while Mother Talzin is 12, and they both have range damage sides, so you're not really mixing damage there. But she would slot into a deck with Grand Admiral with Thrawn, and another really cool ability because you're revealing the card, you're seeing that card cost, and then if they draw that card into their hand, you'll know that that card that you looked at with her ability is in their hand. You'll be able to then activate Thrawn and know what number card is in their hand, and then have them discard that card. So solid health, nine solid health, solid points. I like her sides and a pretty cool ability. We're gonna move into our next card. And next up, we have Crystal Ball, 1 resource, Villain Blue upgrade equipment, 1 focus, resource plus 1 resource, 2 blanks, and after you activate the attached character, you may look at the top card of a deck. So it doesn't specify whose deck. You can look at a top card in your deck. You can look at a card in an opponent's deck. Sides are decent, so double blanks, not great there, but you have 2 focus sides and 2 resource sides. And you get this ability to essentially, in Magic, it's scrying the deck. Except with this, you're not putting the card. You don't have the option to put the card on the bottom. You just look at it and put it back on top. So if you do it to your deck, you'll know what's coming up. You do it to your opponent's deck, you'll get information about what they have, what the card costs, maybe what the color is. If you're playing with New Kylo, you know, hey, their next card is red. So when they draw that, I'll say red, and hopefully that'll be the card I look at when I use his ability and do damage. So that is the Crystal Ball. We're going to move into our last card. And finally, the last card revealed today was the Nightsister Coven. 1 resource, Villain Blue support. After a character die rolls a blank, you may exhaust his support to reveal the top card of a deck. If its cost is an odd number, deal 1 damage to that character. So it just says a deck, so you can do it to your deck. So let's say you've kind of, through other abilities, have stacked your deck, or you know what's coming up because you used something like the Crystal Ball earlier, and you know the top card in your deck is a odd number, or an opponent's deck is an odd number. They roll out, they land on a blank, you exhaust this, reveal the odd number card, and have them take 1 damage. I like that it's also any deck, so you can do it with your deck, you can do it with your opponent's deck. If you're playing multiplayer, you can do it with anybody's decks, which is really cool. And I like that the fact that it also does damage. So let's say that character has 1 health left and they roll a blank. You just exhaust this and deal 1 damage and defeat that character. So that is the final card for today. All very Nightsister heavy. Some pretty cool Nightsister stuff they're working on. I'm hoping that this seems like it could be like a very thematic deck. If you're running just like a Nightsister, maybe the Seventh Sister, and the Nightsister Matriarch, and so on. So Really cool stuff here. Again, this was spoiled by the Jedi Trials. There'll be a link in the description to where you can check that out. That's going to do it for today's video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.